the spring of 1863, the Union forces in the South were in central Tennessee. They were led by General Rosecrans. They wanted to reach Atlanta, but General Bragg and the Confederate Army were blocking the way. Over the summer, Rosecrans was able to push the Confederates back all the way to Chickamauga Creek. The two armies met in the woods of Chickamauga, and a long day of fighting followed. It was hard to see through the trees, and neither side made very much progress. That night, Bragg decided to begin his attack from the north and try to drive the Union Army away from Chattanooga. Late at night, General Polk sent a messenger to General Hill at the north end to begin the attack early. But the messenger could never find General Hill, and the next morning the Confederate troops did not attack. The delay allowed the Union Army time to build up defenses, so that when the Confederates finally did attack, they could not push them out. But then the Union made a terrible mistake as well. Rosecrans sent a messenger to tell General Wood to move north, but a miscommunication created a hole in the Union line. Just then, General Longstreet and his men began their attack. They broke through the hole and split the Union Army. Rosecrans and some of the troops returned to Chattanooga. General Thomas formed the remaining troops in a line around Snodgrass Hill. There was ferocious fighting that evening. But the Union Army was able to hold out until nightfall and then escape to Chattanooga. After this battle, General Thomas became known as the Rout of Chickamauga. A total of 35,000 men were killed, wounded, or captured at Chickamauga, making it the second largest battle of the Civil War. Let's go visit the park. At the visitor center, we learned about the battle. We saw some of the rifles used, including the Spencer repeating rifle, which got its first heavy use at Chickamauga. This is a Spencer repeating rifle. It's way much faster than a regular rifle. These are actual real logs from the battlefield. Whoa, it really has it in there. The Chickamauga battlefield is huge, with over 700 plaques and monuments. Many groups that fought here each have their own monument. There's heavy fighting right here in these woods. This house is a hospital for Union troops that were wounded. This is where the Confederate soldiers broke through the Union line. This monument is to Colonel John Wider, who led the Lightning Brigade with Spencer repeating rifles. This is Snodgrass Hill. The Union Army made their final defense on this hill. After the Battle of Chickamauga, the Union Army went back to Chattanooga, but the Confederate Army followed them and filled the nearby hills. The Union Army was trapped and couldn't get food. Many had nothing to eat but a crackle called hardtack. Eventually, General Grant and General Sherman arrived, and they weren't going to put up with this nonsense anymore. First thing Grant did was send Fightin' Joe Hooker up to clear out Lookout Mountain. General Hooker led his men up Lookout Mountain. As they reached the ridge, a thick fog set in. It was hard to see anything, but that didn't stop Fight and Joe from fighting. By the time fog had cleared, the Union troops had taken the mountain. This small battle was famously called the Battle Above the Clouds. Let's go up the mountain. We climbed the mountain in an incline railway.
Going up the mountain.
It's so steep, I'm even slipping off. At the top of the mountain, you can see the Visitor Center, which holds the original painting of Lookout Mountain that was painted for General Hooker years later. Then we visited Point Park, which commemorates the Battle of Lookout Mountain. Welcome to Lookout Mountain! You can see the whole city from up here. There's another small museum at the point of the mountain.
This is hardtack. I don't think this would taste good. This is hardtack. We made it ourselves, so we're going to try it out. Come. It's really hard. We're going to dip hardtack into soup to see if it makes it any softer and so we can bite it. It's still really hard. If this is all I had to eat, I would be so mad. I would actually just eat the soup. I really don't like this. If I could eat one food, it would like 50, like 100 food.
With Lookout Mountain secure, the Union Army charged up Missionary Ridge. General Grant told the troops to stop at the first ridge, but they kept fighting anyway. The Union troops yelled, "Remember Chickamauga," and kept attacking until the ridge was clear. Finally, Chattanooga was free. In 1863, President Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a national holiday, the first of which occurred on November 26, right after the battles for Chattanooga. The thing Lincoln was most thankful for on the first federal Thanksgiving was the victory at Chattanooga.
See you on the next part.